Hello, my exhausted mamas. The school holidays have finally finished and I feel pretty exhausted. I don't know about you. I know I'm not the only one. Today can mark the first day of the mama holiday, even though many of us are back to work. But let's face it, 2 months of constant kids at home, as much as we love them, is really exhausting. And I found myself actually getting really worn out and frustrated towards the end of it. So today would have been the very first day that both kids were at school and I didn't need to do an activity with them or sort of shape my day around them. I would have a little more autonomy to do the things that were important to me. And what happened was this morning I realized, it's my daughter's swimming gala. And of course, I need to be there supporting her. And as soon as I realized this, I became really frustrated. You see, I'd been counting on this time to do something for myself. I had a lot of my own deadlines, and I know you have them too. We've all got stuff we want to do, right? And as moms, we tend to put our own interests last. I know I certainly do this. I have a problem with prioritizing my own needs. This comes from having low self-worth, and it's something that I'm continuously working on, and yet it still shows its ugly head every now and then. Can you relate to this? Is it just me? Please comment below and let me know. How are you feeling? Are you exhausted? Have you been run ragged? So, I felt frustrated and I was like, okay, what am I going to do about this? So I started looking up, when are the times of the swimming gala? How far away is it? How long does it take me to get there? When is she going to be in the pool? How am I going to support her? All those things. And I realized my son has a play date after school today, which is amazing. I'm so excited for him because he never has play dates. And so it's a really special, big deal. But now I'm going to have to take myself to the swimming gala and fetch my son, carry him to take him to his play dates and then fetch him afterwards, and there's my day pretty much gone, in between with a bit of shopping. And so I got really irritated, and I figured out, I actually need to leave 10:30 this morning in order to fit it all in. And so when my husband came in and I said to him, well, you're gonna go to the swimming gala? He was like, yeah, I'm going to the swimming gala. And okay, so we need to leave in half an hour. You need to get dressed, you need to go. And then he starts to say, well, I'm not going now. I've got things I have to do. And of course, I got really angry and I pretty much exploded because we're going to miss her in the pool. This is a big deal, all that sort of stuff. Bear in mind now that I have spent 2 months with these kids, pouring love and attention into them, doing things with them which I love, but I also need time for myself. Okay? And he said, well, you don't have to go. And I'm like, wow, okay, is this an option for me not to go? And I went away and I lay down on my bed and I actually had a little cry because I was so worn out and exhausted. And I thought to myself, what is going on here? And to be honest, my health is struggling. I can see my body is running on scant reserves of energy. A whole lot of health symptoms have popped back up because I'm so depleted. And I'm an empath. I need my alone time and I haven't had any of it, right? I have not prioritized my own needs. And so one of the things that really helps me is I have a journal. And in it, I write all my daily thoughts and my emotions. And so I took a look at my journal and I went back and what I tend to do is when I have repeated things that keep showing up in patterns, I go back over the past few days and I highlight those and I draw little boxes around them, and they kind of just helps me to get a sense of where my emotions are. What is the thing that's triggering me right now? And what I kept seeing written on the page is I'm overwhelmed, I'm exhausted, I'm depleted, I'm frustrated. And again, the other word that kept coming up is I feel guilty. It came up again and again. This school holiday was actually pretty tough for us, for our family, because my son had an injury on Boxing Day where he had a severe cut in his foot and he needed stitches. But what happened was, this meant that he was now on crutches and couldn't swim for the whole school holidays. He only got off crutches about a week ago, and trying to sort of find things to do that we could do where he didn't have to walk, and it wasn't kind of on uneven ground, it didn't revolve around the beach, was actually really difficult. And trying to keep him entertained and taking him here and there, and I really did my best. And yet, what I saw again and again in my journal was, I feel guilty. I feel guilty. I feel guilty. And I thought about this, and to be honest, I had a little cry. I lay on the bed. I was just worn out. I was exhausted. And then I decided, this isn't serving anyone in our family. It's certainly not serving me. I'm starting to feel resentful. I feel like I've overgiven to my family. They've taken too much from me, and the things that I need, I'm not receiving. And I want to point out that it's not their fault. The fault actually lies with me, because I am not standing strong in my boundaries. I am not looking after my own interests. I am overgiving. I am not saying no. I'm not saying I'm too tired today to do that. My health symptoms have flared up. I'm exhausted. Instead, I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to manage the house. I'm trying to manage my business. I'm trying to keep that going. I've got these important projects I'm working on, which really excite me, but I don't have the energy to put into them. And I'm trying to keep the kids going. And this is a recurring theme for so many mothers. And I really want to say here that often it is the mothers who pick up the slack in the house, who so many burdens fall onto. Because my husband is home. He's working in his own business too, but he goes into his office every day and he closes the door and he's there the whole day. And I'm the one doing the running around. I'm the one taking them here, there and everywhere. I'm the one thinking, what are we going to do next? How can I keep these children entertained? Oh, I need to get some food. There's no food in the house. How can we fit that in on the way? What am I going to cook tonight? Oh, I need to do that blog post. How am I going to do that in between everything else? And just sort of squeezing my work and my needs in around the needs of everybody else. And this is a shout out to you moms who are doing the same, because I know it's not just me. I know that you are experiencing this too. And so today, I want to say my proud mother moment was deciding not to go to the swimming gala. And you might look at me and judge me and say, well, you know, why weren't you there for your little girl? Why weren't you there supporting her? And what I want to say is, I need a break. I need to pour some attention and care into myself, because when I don't have any energy, I have no energy or love to give, and then I'm depleted. And what happened this morning was, I was already feeling exhausted. My daughter came to me, said, can you do my hair? I did it. Then she complained about the hairstyle. Oh, I don't like plaits, Mum. You know that. I just want a simple ponytail. And I got frustrated with her, and I ripped out the plait and I shoved in a ponytail, and then I stormed into my office and I shut the door. And I sat there for a few minutes, and then I thought, hang on a minute. That passive aggressive behavior that I just exhibited, what is that and where is it coming from? And it's coming from that place of not having boundaries. It's coming from the place of not taking care of my own needs, of consistently overgiving. And then when it comes down to a small little thing like doing my daughter's hair, I'm too tired to do it. And closing the door like that, that's something that I experienced my whole life, my whole childhood. I was mimicking behavior that my mother had used on me. That passive aggressive behavior, retreating behind her bedroom door and closing the door on me. And I thought to myself, you know what, I cannot let this go on. And so I opened the door, I came out, I said, Evelyn, I'm so excited for you for swimming today. Are you nervous? Gave her a big kiss. And then I made the decision, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to the swimming gala today because I need to go and look after me. Because if I don't, everybody around me is going to suffer. They're going to suffer my temper tantrums and my passive aggression and my nastiness. Because I'm so tired, I'm drawing energy from them. That's not fair. If you have nothing left to give, you shouldn't reach that state. You should be able to fill yourself up as you go so that you can always give to others, but not from a place of overgiving. And so instead I went down to the beach and I had a swim, and I was sitting there on the beach, and it was a bit sort of wind blowing and all the rest, but the water was lovely and warm. And after I'd been sitting there for a few minutes feeling exhausted, I looked up and down the beach, and what I saw was every couple of 100 meters I saw a mother by themselves doing exactly the same thing that I was doing, all having a break. And I thought, wow, okay, this is actually amazing, and I want to give you guys this message, not to feel the guilt for taking care of your own needs. And then I went into a cafe and I brought my book, and I went, okay, I'm going to write down my thoughts, I'm going to work out what I need to do next. And ordinarily I would write a list, and the list would be things like, go and buy this such and such grocery, order this for the kids, do that, put on a load of washing, blah, 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 blah. All the things that need to be done for everybody else. And thinking back on where my emotions were at, I thought, okay, so I'm feeling pretty low. How do I get the energy to get myself back up there? And I thought back on the things that I had managed to do these school holidays that lit me up. My service work, my purpose-driven work. And I made a little list of all the little things that I'd accomplished. Putting all my paintings on the website as prints for the very first time. I was proud of that. Sending out my first email for a long time. I was proud of that. Attending a women's speak event. That was awesome, and it lit me up, and I'm joining coaching on that. All these little things, and I thought these give me energy. And so if I need more energy, I need to invest it in my passions. I need to invest in the things that nurture and light me up. So I'm not going to write a list of all the things that I need to do for other people, because I'm already exhausted. I need to get more energy. I need to stabilize. I need to ground. I need to nurture. And so instead I wrote a completely different list. My list was, what else can I do to nurture myself? And this is the list I'm inviting you to write. Put away your to-do list, your shopping list. Put away the list of endless tasks that you need to do for the kids and for the house and all that stuff. You're not going to be able to do any of that until you get some energy back. And so the things I came up with, what else I could do to nurture myself, in case you need ideas. Book a haircut. Speak about nurturing yourself, guilt-free. This is me doing it. Do a meditation. Reconnect to some friends. Recommit to doing some art each day. Follow your passions, ladies. I invite you to do this, because this is when your whole family will benefit. And please don't feel guilty. Thank you for watching. I love you.